Hi children, today we are going to begin with the next poem of your course, that is poem third, Keeping Quiet. Keeping Quiet is written by Pablo Neruda. His full name is Ricardo Alisson Naftali Reyes Basalito. He was the well-known Chilean poet cum diplomat and politician. His specialty is that he started writing poetry in his teens. His writing now style include surrealist poems, historical epics, political manifestos, passionate love poems, and many autobiographical prose. He was awarded for his best writing works, and his prizes include International Peace Prize 1950, Stalin Peace Prize in 1953, Doctorate in Literature from Oxford in 1955, and the biggest prize, that was the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. Now let's move to this now, Keeping Quiet. Actually, this poem is originally written in Spanish. The essence of the poem is based on introspection and retrospection. So this poem is asking humanity to count numbers from 1 to 12. 12 being the number of the hours in the clock or zodiac signs too. So he requests everyone not to speak in any languages because such things create the barriers between people. So he requests to us that we should keep quiet for some time, and in this moment of stillness we should now try to unite like the two hands of the clock. So let's begin the poem. Let's begin with the first stanza. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still for once on the face of the earth. Let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arm so much. In this very first stanza, the poet urges everyone to count number up to 12. This number 12 may represent the hours of the clock or even the months of a year. It is at this number 12 both the hands of the clock get united. So the poet wants the same from the human beings to get united like two hands of the clock. And again, by completing the 12 months, a year get completed. Thus similarly, he wants we all, the human beings, to be united like these two things. We will all keep still for once on the face of the earth. He said today you should all shed your narrow nationalism and display your feelings, your belongingness to this Mother Earth. So for the sake of your Mother Earth, you should be all be quiet, still and silent and not do any work at all. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. He wants that in this moment of the stillness, we should not speak any language, as the language creates the barrier between the people. And so he wants that we should not speak the language to signal or to make arguments with the other people. Let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second. So the poet insists that we should now stop all our activities for 1 second only and not move our arms so much. Even he said, in this moment of the silence and tranquility, we should not even make the movements with our arms. So he wants to say here that it is with our arms we used to carry the weapons and raise the wars against each other. So he wants that we should not use and hold the weapons during this moment of silence. It means we should not kill the other people and we should not raise the wars with the other nation in this time of the silence. See now the second stanza. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. So the poet feels that in such a moment of the silence, it would create a very unusual sight over the earth. As unusual means uncommon, he said in this moment of unusualness and excitement. So it is going to create a very strange scene over the earth. So it would be an exotic moment without rush, without engine. He said, in this moment, no one will be in a hurry. There will be no sound of machines. Engines stand for the machines here. Without engines, we would all be together. He said, there will be no sound of the machines polluting the atmosphere. So it will be a very strange moment, but with the stillness all around. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. But in this moment of the quietness, the bonds of humanity is going to bind together. So he wants that in the strange stillness, we all, the humanity is going to get united. Next stanza now. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. In this stanza, the poet is counting the benefits of the stillness. He says that though you are quiet, you are going to provide the healing to nature and the environment. So let's see how. Fishermen in the cold sea, he says that even the persons who are going to catch fish, they will also stop their work for the moment. So there will be no harm to any living being, either for food or for the livelihood. Hence, nature and wildlife would be safe. And the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Here, the poet says, even the man gathering salt, who are doing such hard labor, they would also get the time to introspect and stop their works. So they will be able to tend his wounded hands. It means that the people working endlessly, they will also get the time to look at their injuries. They will understand what damage they have done to themselves in the mad rush of this world. In this way, they would also stop and explore what they have achieved and lost for attaining the material needs in the world. See the next stanza. Those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. In this stanza, the poet condemns all the people who are waging wars against humanity or environment. He wishes them to realize how their destructive activities, these are harming not only the world but also themselves. See the first line, those who prepare green wars. Here in this line, the poet talks about the people who are destroying our mother nature. Green wars stands for the deforestation. He now insists them to stop destroying the nature. Wars with the gas. Gas stands for the use of the chemicals or the poisonous gases. So he now talks about those people who are demolishing the mankind by using these now destructive gases. Wars with fire. Fire stands for the use of guns, explosives, or indulging in the atomic wars. He now condemns all these people too, that with their activities they are now destroying the whole mankind. victory with no survivors. In this line, the poet mocks at such victories or successes which are berefting, none to exist. So he makes fun of all such people who are celebrating such fake victories and success. So he urges them to stop their activities and shed all their differences and would put on clean clothes. He said that you should now shed all your blood stained clothes and come now forward to hold the hands of the other people. So here the poet wants that all the people should come under the umbrella of stillness and silence which he is requesting, and they should break all the barriers of caste, color, creed, religion and nation. So he wants to build up the mutual trust and brotherhood among mankind. Walk about with your brothers in the shade doing nothing. He encourages people to put aside all the fences and they should now walk in shade of peace and harmony in this life together. So we come to know the poet wants that the war-torn world should be replaced by one with the atmosphere of peace and harmony of his request of keeping quiet. So he wants that in his now stillness they should do introspection and forget about all their negativities of the life. Next stanza. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. The poet here makes a clarification that though he is propagating the silence, but he says his advice should not be confused with total inactivity. Total inactivity means death. He says that if we are in the life, that means we have to go on, move on. Stopping means death. So he suggests not to confuse his inactivity with the death, that we have to move on, only we want some moment of introspection and realization about the real meaning of life. See the next lines. If we were not so single minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing. The poet is here trying to say that everyone is driven by their targets and the goals of survival in this world. He advises the people to stop being self-centered and selfish. He requests them that for only single moment they should stop thinking of only keeping their lives moving and fulfilling their selfish ends. Perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves. Here he means to say that the huge silence which will arise from such moment of the stillness, it is going to surely help the people to have the time to make the introspection and analyze about the right or wrongs and also about the real meaning and the true needs of our body and the soul. It will also help to overcome the sadness of failing to understand themselves. Listen once again. Perhaps a huge silence might interrupt the sadness of never understanding ourselves. So, in this moment of the stillness, it is surely giving the time to all the busy people to give vent to their inner feelings and would actually realize the real meaning and the needs which are really be required in our life. Of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. In other words, the poet wants the stillness is surely going to promote the brotherhood, peace, unity, and love in this world. And surely it will remove the sadness of never understanding, and it will also remove the bad and the malice feelings of the greed and hatred from the minds of all, and of threatening ourselves with death. He also says this moment it is going to now stop giving the threats to the other people, because in the moment of everyone is silent, they are understanding the true, the values of the life. Such situation is going to provide the feeling of the feeling of see this last line again, and of threatening ourselves with death. Here the poet says, in the moment of stillness, when the whole humanity they have stopped their destructive task and not waging the wars, so this the moment is now going to help the people not to be afraid of the others. So hence all the feelings of hatred and the threat, it would be eliminated from their minds. Eventually it will get the people to be closer, and all thus the feelings of threat, it is going to be removed permanent from their mind. Certainly such moment is going to create the feeling of unity and harmony among them. Let's move to the concluding lines. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and little proves to be alive. Here, in the concluding lines, the poet suggests the readers that we should be inspired by the process and activities of the earth. He wants to say that how very silently all the activities these are going on over the earth. He says during the winter everything seems to be frozen and dry and lifeless over the earth. But when the season changes, everything again comes back to life. Thus, the poet wants us to observe these activities, these silent activities of the earth, and we should follow them in our lives too. One more example we can take: when you saw a seed lying over the earth and it appears to be dead and useless, but after some time thought we find this turn into a huge fruit bearing tree. So in the same way, he wants that we should introspect ourselves, and in the stillness and the quietness we must understand what actually we have to achieve and where we are leading our life. Thus, he wants us to know and improve the quality of life. So, he conveyed the message that we have to nurture our lives just like the earth is doing, not destroying. He says that there is the need to give vent to the birth of our soul. Now, I will count up to 12 and you keep quiet, I will go. So, in these last lines, the poet here says, I feel what the work he intended to be taken from the human beings, he has suggested well. Again, listen, he says that he has completed the task, what he intends to be learnt by the humanity. So, he suggests, I feel after understanding this thing, I am now going to count the number till 12. You people start your task of self introspection in this silence and in the stillness, and must work in the direction of the peace, love, brotherhood, and harmony over the world. Thank you, students. I expect you have understood the explanation. I feel this thing is quite relevant to the present circumstance, that how the earth has been exploited in a very wrong way by the human beings. So there is a dire need of healing up our environment, our earth, for continuing our own existence over the life. Thank you, student. God bless you all. Now let's know about the literary devices used in this poem. First is alliteration. That means the repetition of the same sound. See the very first line. We will count to 12 and we will all keep still in the second line. Here verse sound in the both lines are repeated. Now see the third stanza. Here see the third line. We would all be together. Again in we would verse. Verse sound is repeated. Then fourth line. In the third stanza, sudden strangeness, sir sound is repeated. See now the fourth line, fourth stanza. Here, see the fourth line, his hurt hands, her sound is repeated. Now see the fifth stanza. Here, second line, wars with gas, wars with fire. Again it wars with ver sound is repeated. Now see the fourth line, clean clothes. So here curse sound is repeated. Now see the next stanza, sixth one, here sixth line. If we were not so single-minded, here in this line, sir sound is repeated in the words, so single-minded. I feel you have understood. Now the second one. The second literary device used here is antithesis. Antithesis means that when you find two opposite ideas are put together in a sentence. So see how it is used. See the very first line once again. We will count to 12 and we will all keep still. Now see, count and still both are the contrasting. Now the concepts. So this is the use of the antithesis. Now see last second stanza. Perhaps the earth can teach us when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now dead and alive. So both are the contrasting. Now the ideas. So this is the use of the antithesis. Now the next poetic device used here is enjambment. Enjambment means the continuation of the lines without any punctuation marks. So here this poem is full of the enjambments. So right from the first stanza, see, now we will count to 12. Full stop is at the end of the second line. Got it? Full stop is given after still word. Then again enjambment uses in the second stanza. Second stanza, for once on the face of the earth. See now how it is used. Full stop is at the end of the fourth line, so much. Then in the third stanza, moment, full stop is at the end of again this now stanza, strangeness. Then fourth stanza, again fisherman in the cold sea. Full stop after the word his hurt hands. Now again use of enjambment in the sixth stanza, what I want. So full stop is at the end of the word with total inactivity. Then see the seventh stanza, perhaps the earth can teach us. So full stop is at the word later proves to be alive. So this is the use of the enjambment. Now next poetic device, that is the use of the repetition. Repetition means when you find there is the repeated use of the same words. So see again very first line, we will count to 12, we will all keep still. So there is a repetition of the word we will, we will. Then in the second stanza, second line, let's not speak, let's stop. So this is again the use of the repetition. Now fifth stanza, wars with gas, wars with fire. Again this is a use of the repetition of the words, and this is a literary device. Now the next one, so that is the pun. Pun means what? That means when the poets use this device to produce the humorous effects and suggest two or more meanings. Now see the second stanza's fourth line. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. Arms mean the two meanings. So how it refers to the two meanings? First, arms can mean hands and another would be the weapons. So this one word has the two meanings. So it is suggesting the two meanings. So you know that the hands, they are engaged in the several activities of this world, and weapons, they are also creating the destruction. So both are used, to harm the nature and our environment. So this is the use of the pun here. Now fourth, the next, now let's see the poetic device, that is the symbolism. Symbolism means when you find the object, person or situation has another meaning than it is actually referred to in the poem. So how it is used? See the fourth stanza. Fisherman in the cold sea. Cold sea here now stands for the whole polar region. Then see the last second now stanza, that the use of the earth word. So earth here, it stands for the unprecedented, the life process of this tranquil and silent earth. So this is a use of the symbolism. Now next literary device used here is anaphora. Anaphora is what? That is when you find in the two consecutive lines, they are beginning with the same word. Okay, so when you find the two consecutive lines, they are beginning with the same word. So let's see again, that is like the repetition. We will count first line of this poem, we will all keep still. Then in the second stanza, let's not speak, let's stop. So this is the use of anaphora in this poem. I feel you have well understood the literary devices used in the poem. Now God bless you. Thank you.